Hello guys, I hope your day is going good. My name is Sejpal Tirth. I am studying in Devan Patel Institute of Science and Technology at Charosat University, Changa. I am a second year student and today I am going to talk about software engineering development models. So there are software and development models which are used by companies to make their projects and software. So we are gonna talk about one of the software development models which is named as waterfall model. Now let's see from diagram that how waterfall model works. So first of all, in diagram we takes requirement from the client. Like if you are making a software or a product for your client, you firstly have to knowledge about what your clients exactly wants. So firstly, you are gonna talk to them and take their requirement, and then one of your team is gonna analyze their requirements, and then they will send their documentations to the design department. What does design department do? Design department designs their whole project, that how the coders will implement the requirements of the client, and how the whole team will gonna work. Now they made the design, and basically they made a base for the product. Now time for some coding. Now design team send their documentation, send their data to uh, coding department. Now coding department will implement all of the codes and designs which are made by design department. After they made their codes and implemented them, someone is gonna test it. Okay, you cannot release your product without testing. So now coding department will send their projects and documentations to testing department. Once testing department has tested all the files and all the projects, they are gonna release that. After releasing, what is needed for a company? A good maintenance. So now the company will only maintain the software or a product which they released. Now let's see upon this diagram. We can see that this whole model works from upwards to downwards. Like requirement analysis, then design, then coding implementation, testing and maintenance. We can see a whole in here. Like imagine you are in a testing team. You are testing the project which your coders has written. Now if you find some error, let's see, I forgot the arrows about this flow. This flow goes like this, which means coding department can send their projects, their codes and documentation to testing department. But if the testing department finds any error in it, like of course they are testing it, so they are gonna debug it, but still if they find some major mistake or something like that, they cannot report back to the coding department. So who is gonna do that? Of course someone has to do this. All the mistakes were made in these whole models are gonna taken by maintenance department. So we can easily see that maintenance is a hard job in this model, because this model is completely upper to down. We can see how rain works from clouds to earth. That's why waterfall model, upwards to downwards, no downwards to upwards. You cannot go indirectly. Now let's see upon advantages and disadvantages of this model. First advantage is clear structure. Like some of the software development models have some cycles running in it, so like it's like a loop. If we are making too many errors, then this loop is gonna continue and continue and continue. So sometimes it goes like confusing, a little confusing. But in this model, this is going very clearly, and because it is clear, it is also easy to understand. Easily you can understand this and document it. Like I said, every team is gonna make their documentation, and they will pass that to the next team. So next team can see and understand what the past team has done. So these are the advantages of that. Now let's talk about disadvantages. First is rigidity. Like as I said, if if coding department made some mistake, testing will debug it, but it cannot solve the error which was made in coding department. So that's why rigidity you can consider as a disadvantage of this project. Late detection of errors. Like as I said, only in maintenance. No one is going to check other errors, and less customer involvement. For a client, if they have once represented their requirements and this stage is done, no one is going to again talk to the customers. This is one of the major disadvantages wherein waterfall model, and that's why some other models can replace this model. Where does this can be used? Applications of waterfall models are small projects. If you are doing a small project, a small software, you can easily use waterfall model. Then regulated industries. These are the industries which are like basically strictly ruled. Like their rules are never gonna change, so you don't have to change something in here. So that's why less client involvement can be applied to this. And mission critical systems. Also, some of the systems which will never change, like medical systems, you don't have to change them. Once they are made, they are as it is. So these are the applications of waterfall model, and this is diagram, advantage, disadvantages. And I hope you will find this helpful. Thank you. So guys, we have seen the waterfall software development model. Let's talk about now iterative software development model. So firstly, let's start with the diagram. So this is the diagram of iterative software development model, and we have seen this somewhere, didn't we? Yes, this is same as waterfall model. If we just ignore this, this is waterfall software development model, and now this is iterative model. So how it is different from waterfall model? We have seen waterfall model. In waterfall model, flow is going just this way. Like it was going completely downfall. There was no interaction between these two in this way, opposite way. But now with iterative model, this communication is possible. How? Let's see. We have seen the diagram. We have understood the diagram. Now let's see if testing department has something error and an issue with coding department. In waterfall model, then both cannot communicate after sending coding to testing. But now they can communicate. But how? Testing is gonna report this, and from here, coding department will notice that testing department has an issue with it. So now we can just see that just making possible communication between these models in each and every way. This model is, we can say that, far better than waterfall model. Now let's look at advantages. So advantages are mostly gonna say that easy to understand, same as waterfall model. But one advantage is new, which was flexibility. How it is flexible? I say that intercommunication in all the ways are possible in this model. So flexibility is also there. And third is improvement. How we can improve our software all over, like any online services. We have, we can say that we have launched our software. Our client has an issue, or like not an issue, but they are requiring something other than that, which can make our software even better. We have to improve our software as our needs of the clients. If we are not gonna do that, someone else will do that, and we are just broke, and we don't need that. So we have to continuously improve our project. So improvement is possible indeed. As per, we can contact here, and we can make our flow immersive. So flexibility is there and improvement is there. Now let's go on disadvantages. First is resource usage. Let's again remember the waterfall model. If the coding department has done their coding and now they have submitted their codes to testing department. Now coding departments are free. They don't have to work. They are free. But in iterative model, coding department has to be there. If testing department or maintenance department send and feedback to them. So they are constantly, like, they have to constantly keep aware about feedbacks and continuously keep communicating with each and every department. So resource usage is much far away than source grid. Let's talk about the source grid. Postgre. Now let's take a look at source grid. Like, see, we have released our product. Our client has sent feedback that they need improvement on something. Then we have to keep controlling our team. Like, take an example. If you have done nothing and someone is scolding you again and again and again that you have to do this, you don't have to do this, you have to do this, you don't have to do this, we are gonna get frustrated. If one of the team here gets frustrated and they just like leave us, it's not gonna work. We are not gonna find another coding team like in less time. We have to do more researches, more money wasting. So we have to keep in control on all of this. Now, no intermediate delivery. We have seen waterfall model. In waterfall model, after testing, we will deliver our product to the clients, and we just have to keep maintaining it. But in iterative model, this loop is gonna run a little while. If we found an issue, we have to keep looping this. So no intermediate delivery, delayed delivery, which can lead little cost. Then application, web and mobile development. We have seen web and mobile development, and we are using this in our daily life. We can see they are keep improving themselves. Why? Because someone like us is sending them feedback that we need this feature can be very helpful for us. So they are improving, and how they can improve? By intercommunication. So you can see that they are using iterative model. Second is innovative products. Like someone is making something innovative. What is innovative? Productivity. What is productivity? Creativity. Creativity means creating new things. Needed. Reverse flow is needed to create new things. The third thing is large and complex systems. Complex systems can be resolved by this one. Because we have made a reverse communication about this. If reverse communication is present in the model, our all the teams can intercommunicate with each other, and they can resolve our complex systems. So they can make large and complex systems using this. So this is iterative model, diagram, advantage, disadvantage, and real-time applications of that. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sandhuval. My ID number is 22DCE092. I am here to discuss the Agile model. Agile model is the mainly the focus, the divide the problem in the sum part and divide the problem and part is the plan the first. Then this is the diagram of Agile model. First we can get the requirement of the clients to for the which requirement is that after we getting the requirement we plan the project of software. How do we make up software? After we get the design, the designer to show the how this design is make it. After we can make a development is with the coding. The coders are the coding in this stage. After that we can get the pass out with the tester. If tester is the testing is the any debugger, they get a deployment. If deployment is the deploy the product, but after we can get in the review of the users or client. After if the many of the requirement is the add or remove after the getting, after if the some requirement, so you also go result and making this cycle. If not requirement with this launch. Agile model is mainly used to quick launch product. Like there in WhatsApp, we get the first the some calling. First we get a message department. After message functionality, he add the video calling functionality. After the adding video calling functionality, voice call functionality, and after that now the also making the payment functionality, and after we getting the story functionality. This is the some advantage of Agile model. Agile model is frequently deliver the product of the client for the making the our coding frequently. Face-to-face communication. Second is in face-to-face communication, we always we indirectly interact with the client for the making the some updatation of the our project. Change we all the changes of do the on the cycle after the launching, and after the launching the product we can also add or remove the some functionality. Time, it is the reduce the time and complexity. This is the disadvantages of the Agile model. First is the less documentation. In Agile model, we use the less documentation for the documentary, and this is the maintenance problem. Maintenance problem of the this is the very useful in the Agile model. This is the some application of the Agile model. First is software development. We making use the software development products. This is second is the product development. We use in the product making a product development. Third is the marketing companies. The marketing company also use this model. And fourth is research and development. We using the research and development for this model. My name is Sadhur. My ID number is 22DC109. I am here for the making the increment model. In increment model, we first use it. This is the diagram of the increment model. First, we get the requirement of the client. After we getting the requirement of client, we first making the some build. This is build 1. In build 1, we first design and develop our software. After we get with the tester for the testing the multiple inputs. After we can implement. After this is the if the errors can be so that we can build. Another time we make a build 1 and complete it. After when the build 1 is completed, we pass the build to In build 2 we will also be design and development. After we can testing and implement. After if the error so in or bug is showing the build 2, after we can the fill and making a build to recover it. If not error so we go to another build. After we make a number of the and build and do design, testing and implement. After the whole project is complete, we can the our project is made. This is the advantages of the increment model. First is the more flexible. It is more flexible because we can number of times the recursive. After this is easy to test and if we multiple time to test it, therefore no bug is created and all bug is solved by the simple to management. After we multiply to multiple times we can test it, therefore the all risks are managed is significant. Fourth is easy to solve errors. We multiple times the testing, therefore all errors is solved by us. This is the advantage. We multiple time is therefore we need a full code planning. Multiple time we make it, therefore the big cost is very high and a build well defined model. Application of this model is built large and compressible. We large system we can divide and second is risk management. In risk management, we avoid all risks into our software. Third is flexible and adaptable. It is the flexible and then fourth is improve testing. We can improve the testing. In this increment model, our model is divided into multiple modules, sub models, and we want to implement it. Thank you. Next is continue, my friend.
Hello everyone, I am Yashvi Popat. My ID number is 22DC092 and I am explaining the model which names in as prototype model. Now let's understand what is prototype model. Now let's look at the overview. The prototype model is a software development model which involves creating preliminary versions of a software product to visualize and validate concepts, requirements, or design tasks or design ideas. It focuses on building the prototype. And that prototype that demonstrates certain aspects or features of the final product. Whenever any client give us requirement, then this model prototype model building prototype which involves the aspects of features of the final product of client's requirements. Then what is quick prototyping? Let's understanding the concepts of quick prototyping. Prototype is presenting cer- certain certain creation of basic version of the software. Now let's understand what is visual presentation. We can say visual prototyping. Then what is visual prototype? Visual prototype is provides visual or interactive representation of the product. Now we understand what is user feedback. User feedback is representing like a gathering user feedback and refining requirements, which is the most mandatory part of this prototype model, to take user feedback and reinvent it. Then what is evolutionary development? We can take feedback from user and evolve it, so then it represents, allows, is the prototype to evolve through successive iterations. Means it repeats the all the process of prototype model, at last it takes a user feedback and evolutionary it. Then we understand the diagram of prototype model. A diagram of a prototype model represents first communication. Means we gather information from a client by communicate them. Then we design the model as per the client's requirements. Then we make prototype model of that gathered information, and then we deploy that to user, and it is a iterative process. Then we look at what is the advantages of prototype model. The first is clarity in requirement. It is a communicative, so it helps in clarifying and validating the user's requirement. Second is early detection of issues. It enables early identification and resolution of design flaws or issues. Then user involvement. It encourage user involvement and feedback from the early stages that we have discussed earlier. Then after that it is cost and time. The DevOps model is suitable for organization who aiming for faster and more frequent software releases, improved collaboration and higher quality of software. It's beneficial for organization and projects who is looking for adopt a more agile and automated approach to software development and deployment. However, implementing DevOps requires a lot of commitment to culture change and investment in tool and infrastructure. Thank you. Hello everyone, I am Yashvi Popat, and now I am telling about DevOps model to you. What is DevOps model? It is a recently developed model. Uh, let's understand detail about this model. Let's understand the overview of this model. The DevOps model is a software development approach that emphasizes on collaboration and communication between software developer and IT operations. What is the aim of this model? Let's look at that. It aims to shorten the development life cycle and deliver high quality software frequently through automation and continuously feedback. Let's look at the diagram of the DevOps model. The DevOps model is about plan, code, build, and test. This is the part of development side. Then release, deploy, operate, and monitor. First from the client's requirement, we plan for the from the customer's requirement. We plan the prototype, then we code them, then we build it and test it, then we release and deploy it to the users, and user operate it, and monitor and we monitor the feedback of users. Then some of the advantages are there. So some of advantages are faster time to market. It enables the faster delivery of the software due to automated process and continuous integration and deployment. This cycle is continuously running. Then second is improved quality. Continuously monitoring and feedback lead to the quicker issue resolution, and high quality software improves the quality of the software. Then third is enhanced collaboration. It promotes better collaboration and better communication between teams, for fostering of a culture of a shared responsibility. Then the last one is increased efficiency. Automation reduces manual effort and human error, making process more efficient. Then some of the disadvantages are also there. Let's look at that. The first is complexity. Why is this complexity? Implementing DevOps practices can be complex and require a lot of changes in culture, tools, and workflows. Then second one is resource intensive. Initial setup and infrastructure from automation can be resource intensive, because it takes a lot of resources, a lot of human resources, and lot of technology resources to make it autonomous. Then third is security concerns. Rapid and frequent changes might raise security concerns if not properly managed. Then fourth one is cultural shift. Cultural shift requires in the organization, which might face resistance from traditional teams. Then now look at some applications of DevOps model. The DevOps model is suitable for organizations aiming for faster and more frequent software releases. It improves collaboration and it higher quality of software. It is beneficial for projects or organizations who looking to adopt more agile and more automated approach to software development and deployment. Automated approach.